Yeah, come on!
It is the Come On Show with Southside Steve.
Yeah, come on, and welcome to this Tuesday. Did you enjoy yourself or what? At our previous show that we aired yesterday, we were at Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese, yeah. You know, I didn't have any pizza, but it was smelling good when I left.
Well, you know, one thing I'll say about Chuck E. Cheese, for people that don't know, it is the Yeah Come On Show brought to you by Exit Wealth. We're in the Exit Wealth studios with locations here in Buckhead, where we will broadcast from Buckhead maybe even once a week now. Jeff loves it.
I got a text this morning from Tom Sullivan on Fox FM.
Okay.
Saying how much he loved watching the show from the Buckhead location. Just the backdrop, the whole studio look. It looks great. And yeah, I think we need to do that once a week.
Okay, once a week, maybe even twice a week.
Yeah.
This show will travel. Also brought to you by Exit Stage Left Advisors. If you're looking to sell a business, just want to know what it's worth, have a 5 or 10 year exit plan, let them work with you to make you more money so the sales for more money and everybody makes more money. So get in my DMs, damn it. But getting back to Chuck E. Cheese, I did not realize, you know, because I'm not a fan of bad pizza. I'll eat it.
Yeah. And a lot of those places have bad pizza, the jumpy houses and the the kids' places. You know, it's just kind of a side thing.
Yeah, it's like those frozen pizzas you get. And I remember it was like GG's or something. There was like these really cheap ones. And then you upgrade. And then if you get a Tombstone frozen pizza, you feel like you're like a rock star.
Yeah. Or what a DiGiorno.
DiGiorno. Yeah. And my wife goes and gets those really nice breads when you go in, those kind of fluffy pizza breads. And they're shaped oblong, not perfect circles. And she puts toppings on it, makes those, and those are pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But they make, at every Chuck E. Cheese, they make their dough, their bread fresh every morning on location.
And I saw they had a salad bar.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
but I left. I didn't eat. I left after the show.
I know you got out of there, but I stayed.
Yeah.
I was the last one because I cleaned up. Also want to give them props. I got asked a lot of questions, and I take it funny. The guys are like, do they still serve beer at Chuck E. Cheese? And we found out of 14 locations, 8 of them do.
Mm-hmm. Just not that one.
Just not that
North
one.
North Point, yeah.
Yeah, North Point does not. But I thought it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And kids are like, did you have a good time? I go, yeah, we had a good time. My son Parker had a good time. And, you know, we've been talking about getting the show out. So we love to travel. We love to represent businesses and highlight businesses. That's what this show does. And here's a radio price, and here's our price. And it's what I did so well for radio, and I just want to do it for the Yeah Come On Show, which is 4 hours of radio done in 30 minutes with myself and Jeff Cole, my co-host.
Live without a net.
Live without a net. This goes out to Rapstar USA. Rapstar USA is right off the interstate. This guy is a phenom. He can rap it. Rapping is it's like 20% of the price of paint. And it looks better. There's no color they can't put on your vehicle, your boat, your piece of work equipment. I mean, if you're going to do your business out of your vehicle, whether it's a van or a truck, or you got a trailer, this is who should decorate it, wrap it. Rapstar USA. Tell them the Yeah Come On Show sent you. But I'm thinking about wrapping my truck.
Yeah. And get with a Yeah Come On Show logo? Okay. Now you're talking. And we're like, that's a real radio, like a real radio vehicle.
It'll be a radio vehicle, and she's about to get new tires, and I'm gonna put her up in the air a little bit, and I even thought about if I put YCs on it. You remember those lights, those yellow lights that are YCs?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
YC.
That's I'm picturing it on the Back to the Future truck that Marty McFly got at the end.
Oh God, those were so. I had a buddy named Kip, and I know he watches our show. And he had the first of the souped up trucks. So he had a Ranger. Now that's a bench seat. So the 3 of us are sitting across it. It's a small truck and it's black.
Mm-hmm.
He put probably the price of the vehicle into the undercarriage. He was up in the air. He had all those expensive yellow shocks and the tires and the rims and all the lights across the top.
Yeah.
And we're like riding down the road.
That's like the Marty McFly one.
Yeah. Those people did that to the small trucks. Then we got into big trucks. Now I don't know who the man is. I drive a 6-foot bed.
Yeah, you got a big truck.
Yeah, it's not a 4-foot like standard trucks, and it's also got it's got the tires and the rims, and I got the light bar in there. But I love it, and it's a diesel. But now it's almost like to be the stud. There's guys out there got the dualies. I'm like, Lord have mercy. You can't even pull through a drive-through in a damn dually. I barely squeezed through some of those, and I shouldn't be going through drive-thrus. I should be eating better. But I got to tell you, some of those Wendy's lots, because I'm a big fan, they're tight. It's hard to get through there. But today's show, we're going to get into something we did in rock radio, which was bitch slap trivia. We're also going to get into what's going on in the world. Jeff's going to go after Fauci in a good way because Fauci's on a hot seat.
He's gonna get it tomorrow. That's what we're going to talk about.
He is going to get it with the guns at Navarone. And we're going to go old school on some sports. Like I said, there's going to be something interesting, but we're going to jump into it real quick right here on Steve MZ. And I just want to give you credit. You're wearing an Omni throwback.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
I'm the throwback shirt.
And look,
I'm the same color as yours.
Yeah, and
That's a Buckhead Threads, right?
Yeah, mine's Buckhead. It's like made in Atlanta, and it's a bourbon drink. Nothing fits me better than this shirt. The day this shirt rots off of me, I got to find another one. We have to make one. Maybe we do cool shirts for the Yeah Come On show. Anything is possible, especially with you subscribing. So if you dig it, I ran into a bunch of people over the weekend. They're like, man, where are you on the air? I wish you were back on. And you just got to educate them. There's this right here. You just click it. Or go to the Yeah Come On show on YouTube. We'd rather you follow us there. We don't mind if you listen on Apple and Spotify, but we do a show that we want to be watched. But I don't care if somebody listens to us.
No, I listened to Friday's show on Spotify in the car on the ride home.
Sometimes I think it's easier and it's better to not even see us.
Yeah. So I had a moment that I wanted to share. I didn't get to share yesterday because we did the Chuck E. Cheese, but I listened to Friday's show, and on Friday's show we were talking about the 5 o'clock whistle on 96 Rock back in the day. We had a little memory lane.
And Katie Kiley was her baby, and she's currently on Afternoons on the River.
But,
I think she does it on the river.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think so.
Gone.
Yeah. But I was listening to the show and enjoying us talking about the 96 Rock days, and it made me think of when you were on 96 Rock originally, and I was just a kid in college.
Right.
So I'm listening to us talk about it, and then you call me to remind me that we're going to Chuck E. Cheese. So I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool. I'm doing a show with Southside Steve, and then he's calling me while I'm listening to the show talking about Southside Steve on 96 Rock. Does that make sense?
It does.
Like, because I always said, like, if you would have told me 25 years ago, oh, you're going to be doing a show, radio show, or a podcast with Southside Steve, I'd be like, yeah, right. And I'll be in the next Scorsese movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right.
That's how, that's what a lot of people don't realize that aren't from Atlanta, that don't know you as a radio personality. It's kind of a big deal.
Well, you know what? That makes me feel good. And my sons see that. And Brooks is like, Daddy, are you famous? And I'm like, yeah, in this city, I would say. But there's people move here every day, Brooks, that doesn't know who Daddy is.
Don't have a clue.
And I said, but if you were listening to the radio from 95, really, God, through 2022, 2021.
Well, then let's not forget Fox FM.
Yeah.
23 and 24, 25.
We are a big deal in LaGrange, Macon, Warner Robins areas that, guess what? Atlanta radio couldn't reach. Steve MZ, right now brought to you by Rockin' Taco and Elite Finishes. Rockin' Taco has got a big gig coming up. You will see it all over our socials. We're putting it together as we speak. We like to do these commercials about a week and a half out, and we just push them. But really, you want to go to their location, meaning their site. You can go to the location and buy tickets at any time, but the first Thursday of every month, we are there live. And this will be the 6th of August, and it will be the Yacht Rock Schooner Band.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be a big show. It's going to sell out, so get your tickets at therockintaco.com.
Yeah, and let me tell you, man, we're going to have everybody from people a little older than me in the audience to a lot of 20-year-olds. Those are the people that dig that 70s music.
Yeah, here's it. I was out in Alpharetta, downtown Alpharetta, last Saturday, and there was a lot of not kids, but I guess people in their 20s.
Yeah.
I keep hearing like the millennials, Gen Z, they don't go out, they don't drink. Not in downtown Alpharetta. They were young and they were out drinking and partying.
Alpharetta parties. It does. As a matter of fact, during the pandemic, because I know during Politictainment, we're going to go after the guy that calls that crap. Alpharetta was one of the first cities to start popping. They had nightlife.
Yeah.
We were like, take your mask and shove it.
Yeah.
You know what? And I'll be honest with you, I would rather wear a mask if you have the flu than if I got to pick one. I don't want the flu.
Mm-hmm.
Flu sucks. But not to get too political yet. But there you go. It's to me, it's just hilarious that people are out there doing it, and the fact that what we went through was insane. But Rockin' Taco to us is what Buckhead was. It's what really North Atlanta bars were. You know, when you think of the old bars that are long since gone, Sneakers, Confettis,
Ballyhoos.
Name all those, and that's outside the perimeter. And I think everything, because the owner lived it. I think he's encompassed everything that he could.
But the Rockin' Taco's classier.
It is.
Than like the kind of more trashier kind of
A lot.
club place like that.
And the food is excellent. And the
Yeah.
servers are excellent.
Yeah, and definitely better food.
And the two girls that work the front door, no matter who it is, they are fun. So Rockin' Taco, make your plans, get your friends together. The best of the 70s, and it's a cheaper performance because guess what? Yacht Rock would cost you out your butt. But a lot of these guys are in Yacht Rock. It is the Schooner Band. And Elite Finishes, that's my man. Get your house painted inside or out with Elite Finishes. Go to Elite Finishes GA for Georgia.com. Now, Steve MZ, there's a shot on the table for somebody out there that's single and maybe you're in your 60s. Might be perfect. I don't know that she'll go younger, but she would go her age. She seems like she's very intelligent, very put together. I've seen her toes are pretty good. I'm referring to Sandra Bullock. Steve MZ is letting you know that she's putting it out there. She's looking to meet a man.
She's single. So on the prowl. She hasn't been in anything in a while.
No,
She's
I
been
think
pretty
she's taking a
laid
back
low.
seat. Yeah. And I don't know that her ex-husband or whoever she was with, she adopted a couple girls or a girl and a boy.
She was with a guy named Bob Schneider for a while, who's
Yeah.
a Texas musician.
Okay.
I don't know how long ago that may have been a long time ago, but
Yeah.
he was known for dating her
Okay.
in her prime when she was
Oh.
a total movie star.
Well, she's adopted Lewis, who's 15, and then she's got Layla or Lalia or whatever, who's 11. And she says, look, if you can love me and you want to love me, text me. And it's no joke. It's out there. So if you're single and you're a good person and you find her attractive, you might want to put it out there because I think she's going off the grid on her next lover.
Wait, wasn't she with that motorcycle guy, Jesse James?
He cheated on her.
with the porn star.
Yes.
Okay, that was her last relationship that we know about.
Right.
And that was a while ago.
Big mistake, Jesse. And yeah, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have
He
cheated.
got with Jenna Jameson?
Yeah, not Jenna Jameson. It was somebody else, and she had tattoos all over, and she dark hair.
Janine?
Yeah,
Lyndon Mural?
Something. I can see her. I don't know her name, but nowhere near as hot as Sandra Bullock.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I like Sandra Bullock, but
The other girl was hot.
yeah.
All right. Well, what the hell? I'm pro Sandra Bullock. Just to let you know, I was looking through the cheetah, and the cheetah's going down here any day now.
Yeah, they're building Georgia Tech housing,
Yeah.
I think, on that property.
Yep, the cheetah will be gone. I don't know what's the last day. We need to find that out. We might need to do a live show
We do
there.
a show there.
Yeah, who am I going to offend? Guess what? If I offend you, I'm 61. I've had kids. I've been married. You know what? The hell with you. So, it's like I don't need to apologize to anybody because you know what? Those girls need to make a living. Where are they going to go?
I mean, the pony's the last one, right?
Yeah, get ready to see the pony go up a notch.
Yeah.
I mean, more. The other things, real quick, I'm going to cover quickly in Steve MZ because it's happening in the world. This is, you look for good stories and fun stories. Sometimes I just like talking trash about people, and they don't have to be the top stories. So in this instance, and I think you like when I go after people, it's kind of fun. Tony Romo, I'm not hating on you. We all do it. Jeff's done it. But he got himself a Dewey.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in a little bit of heat over it. And they're saying it's bad enough that he may lose his driver's license. And they call it an OWI arrest, operating
While intoxicated.
whereas we call it a DUI in Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It shows his. I mean, look at his mugshot. I think it's pretty funny. He's like, hey, woo, woo. But yeah, he's in a little bit of trouble on this arrest, and it looks like he got pulled over in all places, Wisconsin, July 23rd. So he's only had this Dewey for a little bit. Spent the night in jail. And he basically did the sobriety test, which you're not supposed to do, and he did them very poorly.
Yeah, it was. He should have just kept his mouth shut.
I know. I'm like, dude,
we know the procedure. You don't have to do anything. You just have either they let you go or they detain you.
Yep.
You don't have to say anything else.
Yep.
Right?
That's it.
That's the procedure.
That's the procedure. And he did not want to blow, so he said no to that. So
so he said no to that, but yes to the field sobriety?
I guess he thought being an athlete, I can do this. Don't ever think you can do it.
They are set up to fail, as the great George Stein said many, many times.
Yep. And he said, hey, man, come on, Tony Romo, bro. He did. You got to
throw the name drop?
You got to throw the Tony. I would. My God. You want one of my Super Bowl rings? Don't let this happen. But man, some of these policemen, they're like, my family rides on these roads. You could have hit him, could have killed him. So he did the 10 days, losing his license. Now they're getting that back reinstated. It just depends on how hardcore Wisconsin wants to go. And he had a previous deal. He had a golf tournament he was supposed to be flying out to. He had to cancel in Texas. So it's all over. Poor old Tony in a little bit of hot water. And I think we're a little sympathetic, but you can't drink and drive. And when you're famous, get somebody else. Closing with this, I think it's funny. Somebody has cyber hacked Angelina Jolie, Robert De Niro, Martin Scorsese. We're talking a few other Hollywood A-listers have become victims of a cyber attack. And I'm like, do you think it's a conservative guy doing it?
I don't know. So what did that mean? The identity theft, or were they just hacking their emails?
Hacking their emails, and it's coming out of India. Coming out of India. Now, I don't know if they traveled to India or what, but this cyber attack has taken place, and it's pretty much messed them up. And whoever it is, they're going after their email addresses, like their personal. So somehow they got that. Anything that is publicly tied to them and available, they've gone after that as well. But when somebody can get is accessible to your private email, that's going to freak you out a little bit.
Going to get the nasty stuff.
Yeah. So the cyber research, they're right now trying to figure it out. They're determining this is one of the largest celebrity-related exposures in history. Couldn't happen to nicer people. It's now time for a little politictainment with my boy over here, Jeff, and I'm going to let him do what he does. A few people, I don't know if you're going to get excited. You got upset on a couple of shows, and people have said things to me like, man, Jeff really got upset. One of my buddies, Brian's like, man, I was watching Jeff, man. He was really fired up.
About what?
I don't know, but something, the faking. It was the one where the actress wasn't real, and you're like, do you think she'd really be at Disney World by herself and nobody's there?
Oh, yeah, Mariah Carey waiting in line at Disneyland. That was a planted story.
You think it? So Jeff sniffs out the planted stories. So because a lot of people out there are unstable and being tricked and getting freaked out, that's where David Markwell comes in. Go to markwelltherapy.com. If you want great counseling right here in the Marietta area, you don't have to be in person. He's doing a lot of it online.
Polydictainment.
All right, get your popcorn. It's going down tomorrow. Dr. Fauci versus Rand Paul. A rematch from July 2021. Sir, you do not know what you're talking about. That's Fauci when he was talking to Rand Paul. We was questioning about the origins of COVID, and Dr. Fauci maintained it did not come from the Wuhan lab. It came from the wet market.
The market.
That's what his story was. Well, anyway, so all these files have come out about him trying to cover up. Yeah, well, maybe it did come from the Wuhan lab.
Which is what Trump said the whole time. There's nothing better than that interview. She goes, you keep saying it's coming from China. And Trump's like, it is. It's coming from China.
Yeah, it got to come from China. But Dr. Fauci is going to face off and kind of explain this stuff. But just last week, they released the Fauci diaries. Have you heard of this?
I have heard
the Fauci diaries,
and I did not know about them. But if you watch the news as much as you and I do, I've heard about them.
I'm glad it's getting covered on mainstream news.
I didn't know till this round of Fauci stuff.
Yeah, so he was just kind of doing diary entries about how famous he's gotten. Now he's the most talked about person in the world.
So it's a narcissistic thing.
There's some of that, and then there's also some of the he contradicting what he would say on TV versus what he said privately. And we've kind of already known this with some of the emails that have come out, especially with him saying like, "Oh yeah, blah 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 blah, delete this," or we want to encourage them to shut this person down that's talking about the origins of COVID.
Do you think there were people that were in the know, obviously, that were pushing the narrative that did not take the shot?
Of course, I'm sure there are.
Fauci's probably like, "Don't take this thing."
Probably
Help me push it, but don't take. You did.
I just, again, I don't see him going to jail or anything, but
we don't care. We just want him exposed and let the country know we were duped.
Yeah, we want to know what was it? Was it to get Trump out of office? Was it to just sell more vaccines? Why did we do all this?
100% get Trump out of office.
Well, no doubt that worked, but I don't know if that's the
Well, here's the thing: they're thinking. First off, they're not stupid. The people that vote for them are stupid. Sorry. But what they did there is they're like, how do we get him out? Well, let's first off, we need to take eyes off of everything. So we need to be in charge. So first, let's get him out of the White House. So we'll do mail-in ballots. We can fudge it wherever we need to get the win. And then you're like, we all know Biden's half-ass out of it. Kamala is a, no offense, somewhat attractive, stupid person. So then you've got the dark, whoever they are, behind the swamp behind the curtain running the country, and everybody's in on it. So then those in the know don't take the shot, but we are mandated to do it. You talk about no kings. Guess what?
Yeah.
I was in the Village and the king told me to take a shot and I didn't want to.
Well, I rewatched Dallas Buyers Club, the movie. I
don't think I can ever watch that again because it's so sad.
Well, the same thing happened with COVID. Dr. Fauci, he's not mentioned in the movie, but if you remember, the whole premise of the movie is Matthew McConaughey's character has all these other alternative treatments.
And they won't hear of it.
No, because they want to push through this AZT cancer drug as what works for HIV.
And he's like, no, there's other things that work, and I'll sell it. And they kept arresting him and hassling him, and that was Fauci.
Yeah, it was because he was part of pushing this new drug for HIV.
God, why didn't Matthew McConaughey come out and speak to it?
Well, but this movie's 2012. This is 8 years before COVID. But Fauci ran the same thing. They had to discredit all the stuff that was going to help COVID, hydroxychloroquine, ivermectin. They had to discredit that in order to get the emergency authorization for the vaccine to go through. There has to be no other treatments. That's why it got rushed through. So that's why they had to discredit all the actual things that could help COVID. Help the flu.
Yeah, and then
take some fucking Theraflu and call it a day.
Yeah, Theraflu. And then for me, it was like, which one are you going to take? I mean, was there? I know there was this version, that version.
There's the Moderna, and then there's the 2 rounds of Johnson & Johnson, and I think there's a Pfizer one too.
It was a Pfizer one, and then they were coming out with a Fisher-Price one for kids. Kids, take your Fisher-Price shot. Sports, we're going to get into it, and we're going to get into it through sponsorships, which I love the sports sponsorships. I don't typically like doing sports. I like talking about it, so every once in a while I'll stay current or I'll bring something up that maybe you did not know or don't remember. And North Atlanta Golf Carts brings us sports today. It's called the Yeah Come On Sports, also with Smalls Sliders, and Jeff and I will be out there filming Thursday or Friday this week. If you want to come through the drive-thru, we usually get there around lunch. And if we see you and you give us a yeah, come on, I'll get you a couple of free sliders. That's a guarantee right there. So come by and see us. Jeff and I will be in character and filming our commercials.
Yeah, come on!
Sports, I mean, the Atlanta Braves, man, are in great shape. The young guy that Jack talked about over the weekend from Auburn won. He kept, everyone at bay and won his golf tournament. That's all great stuff. I love that kind of stuff. I also love the fact that Bijan is back for the Atlanta Falcons. We're headed very close to a little preseason action at the end of next month. So be ready to watch your Atlanta Falcons. We know we've got London back, which is fantastic. And he's set for a 5-year deal, buying a really nice home here and engaged. don't know if I'd have done that, dude. But I just don't know. When guys are making that kind of money, it's almost like when you're that young. Don't you think they should wait and just get through the NFL, get through their career before they get married?
Yes, I think not just. I think,
and I'm not trying to be a jerk. We know what a lot of these athletes.
I think everybody under the sun, and doesn't have to be an athlete or anything, you should put off getting married as long as they can.
And then, like,
personal opinion.
Yeah, and I waited till I was 48.
Yeah.
48 years old to have two little lovelies. And it's funny, it's coming up. Like, I usually get the questions because I went to my son's third grade party for all the incoming third graders. And then my youngest did his kindergarten. And they're always asking him, and every once in a while I hear it, but most of the kids know me because I'm a coach. But every once in a while there's a new kid. Why does your dad have long hair? How old's your dad?
Is that your grandpa?
Yeah, well, there's
why
that too.
Why is your grandpa coaching?
Okay, that hurts me. That hurts me a lot. And it does happen with the grandpa coaching. I'm like, no, I'm his dad, and that's his grandpa over there. And then you look at grandpa, and sometimes I don't know who's younger, me or him.
Yeah.
Damn it, he's got a baby face, and he's 4 years older than me. But there's a thing that I did on the radio, and it started with really me and Tim Rhodes. So we had done something called Bitch Slap Trivia. And I can't remember if I did it with the regular guys or not. I don't think we did. I think it's something that Tim and I did. So when I'm phasing out of the regular guys, for those that have lived in Atlanta on 96 Rock in 2004, that's when the big hiccup. I had been in the studio, but I wasn't running the board when it happened. I was free of blame. They were told not to do the bit that they did, and backwards audio went out over the air, and it was some pretty horrific things over
the Honda Carland commercial.
Honda Carland.
And it was
who dropped advertising.
I know one of my friends has it recorded somewhere.
Oh my
we
God.
need to get it.
We've got
you want me to
get
get
it.
it? I can call and I can try to find it. I know he had it recorded.
And I remember, I think it was she was Rachel Livingston then. I don't think she'd married Greathouse yet, but my best girlfriend, who was like my roommate because she was dating my roommate, she's over there all the time, instantly comes down, like got a little mascara running. It was her account, and it was a big one.
Yeah,
she's like, okay, thank you, regular guys. Just lost about 30 grand. Appreciate it. You know, and that hurts.
So we could play it on our show. Like, I mean, if it could be dirty. And
if we do it, we're going to set it up because nobody has heard that since 2004.
Yeah.
Nobody.
All right, let me see if I can get my buddy to dig it up.
All right, you do that. But I'm in another room with Tim Rhodes, who was our midday guy, but he also did sports for the regular guys. Mm-hmm. And we went to management and said, "Hey, we want to do a show. I want off the regular guys. You know what? Fine, let them get whoever they want. I'm just tired of it." And we were starting Southside and Rhodes. And we were doing middays. So we're doing that show. We're taping it because, you know, we're getting there at 5 a.m. We're not going to stay till 3 p.m. What, an 8-hour workday? Are you kidding me? But it was funny because we did Bitch Slap Trivia. So when we got in after the regular guys are gone, we get moved to afternoons. We got a syndicated morning show. And we are basically an afternoon morning show.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's been one in Atlanta since. And we were doing 6 to 7 minute breaks, and we would bring people in, celebrities, and play Bitch Slap Trivia. And that's where you basically get asked a question. If you get it wrong, the other guy gets it right. You got to stick your chin out, and you get to slap.
Now, would you slap full force?
It depended on who I was slapping. The interns or our producer, yeah, I knocked the hell out of them. But if somebody hit me first and they hit me hard, then I'm hitting you hard. Now you're praying to God you get the questions right.
Well, I didn't realize this was a sport.
It's an actual sport, and that's what we did. We played off of it. I will tell you, my jaw, right now, it can pop occasionally, and it is, I mean, it's 100%, and I love you, Patrick Kearney. Former Atlanta Falcon, Patrick Kearney.
Yeah, he had to knock your head off.
He did. He hit me so damn hard that my jaw popped, and I think it was out of line. I had to get it back in because he realized that we were being not nice, and I kind of knew the answers. So I'm just playing, and then Rhodes, just for the hell of it, because we're running, we got more time. He asked a question. I didn't know the answer, and Kearney got it out. And I'd already slapped Patrick 3 times. Mm-hmm. He goes, oh, and he said, does your mother? He goes, well, bring your mom in. I think she slaps harder. I mean, he's hit me with all these jock one-liners. That dude goes, great. I had to put my jaw out, and he knocked my head off. But it is a sport. It'll be on July 31st. If you don't believe me, here's Yeah Come On Sports showing you what we called Bitch Slap Trivia. It's actually called Power Slap.
See, I thought it was fake.
Nope.
Like,
Knocked her out just about.
I mean, this looks more violent than boxing.
Yeah, she still couldn't stand.
Boom.
And see, if you hit the cheek, it's better. But sometimes your hand goes up. See, to me, she's hitting the high cheekbone almost to the temple. You don't want to slap here. A slap's supposed to be here, and you're not supposed to catch all the mouth. It's supposed to just be the cheek. Mm-hmm. And you're really supposed to slap at this angle. But when people come across, it becomes like you're hitting bone. It'll knock you out.
It looks like they're going to break their neck too.
Yeah, it's intense.
I'm not interested in that. I'd rather go back to the bitch slap trivia.
Bitch slap trivia. We also played in the afternoons. Cannot believe we did it. We would go a week and a half, 2 weeks without picking our nose, and we played booger baseball live on air.
What would you do with the book? You'd pick it?
So I'd never played it. Kevin Green, our producer, knew it. He was the judge, so it was against me and Rhodes. So you go up to bat, and you pick a nostril and you pull one out, and depending on its size, it was a single, double, or triple. And then you wiped it on the paper, and then you got a chance if you had a bloody one, that was a home run. So you're going deep up into your nose, and then you go to the next nostril. So basically, it's a 2-inning game with like 6 batters, and you see who gets more points, all based on an umpire with boogers on paper. Yeah, certain things. I don't think I've ever even told my wife I did that. Track 13, man, I'm looking forward to it, and Track 13 has got a theme this week. We're going to go blues.
Okay,
and I got a reason.
Okay.
And you correct me if I'm wrong. I was watching something, and I sent it to you, but we're both like, don't air it. But it's the Blues Brothers on a quick interview. So it's John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if I've seen the movie all the way through. That's just not funny to me. The whole thing, them doing the Blues Brothers on SNL and then the movie. I think there's a few funny scenes in the movie, but I never thought it was funny. John Belushi, I never really... Definitely not the Blues Brothers.
I'm going to have to go on a limb and tell you that I don't think Belushi was funny either.
I mean,
I don't think Booger, who came along after that, speaking of Burger Baseball that we just talked about, remember with John Cusack, Booger, and he was also in Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, Curtis. His name's Curtis something.
He always looked like if Belushi had a son, and it's that, no offense to them, it's that bad hair you can't do anything with.
Yeah.
If there's a zit somewhere, there's stubble. Neither one could grow a full beard, so there's the stubble. They're usually a little shorter. They've got a little weight on them. You don't want to see them naked. You just figure they stink. They're that kind of actor, and I never was into that kind of actor.
Curtis Armstrong, I think, is his name. But I tell you who I do like.
But we're going to catch hell for going after John Belushi because I'm just being honest. I like Dan Aykroyd. He was highbrow humor to me, but I like the Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd better.
I like the Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase. I mean, I love
that was good too.
Spies Like Us.
That was great.
Yeah,
I love Spies Like Us.
But I tell you what, I don't like John Belushi either. But I tell you who I do like a lot, Jim Belushi.
Now Jim's great.
Yeah, he was great. Was great on SNL too. He was on SNL for a couple of years and did some great movies too.
No, he did great movies. Jim Belushi, big fan, and his TV show. I love Jim Belushi. Isn't that funny that you like Jim, but not his older brother? But they were doing a thing where they were talking about the Blues Brothers act, and he goes, "Yeah, I really wasn't into the blues. I was into heavy rock." And
John
Belushi
was?
admitted it. He goes, "But there's one man that turned me into a blues guy, which really." Is where the Blues Brothers came from. And he's giving one artist credit to change his mindset somewhere after doing and I said it earlier to you, the college movie.
Animal House.
Once he did Animal House, he ran into this guy and put him on a blues thing. Then the black suits, and they kind of ran things by him. Robert Cray.
Really? Robert Cray influenced the Blues Brothers?
And I came across him on my own. I was a big fan in the 90s of Robert Cray.
Yeah. Well, I only know the one song, so I guess we'll do Robert Cray for track 13 today because this is a great song.
It is a great song, but from Robert Cray comes these other, like I mentioned, Joan Armatrading, a black female guitarist that did the blues. And then you've got other people out there. You tell me, Smithereens, did they do the blues or not really?
Not really.
But
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Stevie Ray Vaughan for sure. But what we're not going to do this week, because we both agree, we're not going to play the Blues Brothers.
No Blues Brothers. In fact, we're never going to talk about them again. Let's just forget about it. Let's forget
the
about
Blues
it.
Brothers are dead as of today. Today's date is the 28th of July, 2026, year of our Lord. The Blues Brothers
are gone.
Gone.
All right, so we'll end the show right there with Robert Cray, track 13. Watch the video, listen to the song, link in the description. It is track 13, Smokin' Gun on the Yeah Come On show.